Yo, what is up, Bullet for Christ? Thanks for watching. I hope y'all are enjoying your day so far. I'm glad y'all are tuning into the video. If you are interested in any other videos I'm putting out, you can check out my Instagram in the description. My Instagram, I go ahead and I post when I am uploading a video so that you guys know and you guys are staying up to date on that kind of stuff. So, for today's topic, honestly, this is a topic that I'm not extremely keen on talking about, mostly because of my previous experience. But this is definitely something that young Christians need to hear. So here we are, I guess. So today's topic is purity. Why does God call us to purity? And talking about stuff like premarital sex and things that not only the world's doing, but that other Christians are doing that they might not view as a big deal, or they view as, oh, like this is just I can just skimp around the bridge on this one. So I want to upload this video on purity for y'all today. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys can take something from this, from my experiences, from my accounts. What is purity? Purity is saving sex for when you are married. Holding on so you can keep it with that special someone. You've probably heard that definition from a pastor, from your parents, all of that. But probably what your church doesn't tell you is the conformity of Christians to premarital sex as it has become something that's very popular within culture. I was actually doing some research on this topic and I was quite surprised. I came across an article on urban faith, and it headlines a study by the National Association of Evangelicals, where it says that 80% of unmarried evangelical Christians between the ages of 18 to 29 admit to having premarital sex. This is a shocking figure when measured against the number of pledges made in youth ministries. That's a pretty shocking figure, if you ask me. To be honest, I actually really don't doubt that figure. In any way, shape, or form. Christianity really conforms to what the world wants, but honestly, without God, we have our own desires, we have our own lusts. And they're things that we tend to follow through on if we're not seeking God first and we're not putting Him at our first priority. You guys are, maybe looking at this like, oh, like, are you qualified to talk about this? You're telling me what the world wants. Well, before I was a Christian on November 5th, 2017, I will tell you that premarital sex was something that I definitely took part in. Definitely not something I'm proud of. I look back at it now and I see the perversion that I've put on something so special that God's given between a man and a wife. It's going to be an interesting conversation to have with the girl one day. It is what it is, and I can't act like it never happened. And I'm telling you guys right now that, what was that? Why did I do that? What was I looking for? Well, when you're not Christian, when you're not looking for these legitimate things, when you're not seeking to glorify God in everything you do, you tend to want your own desires, tend to want your own lusts. What did I used to look for in girls? Holy cow! I used to look for was she hot? Did she look like she could go out and have fun? Could she hold her liquor? Could she go out and party? Could she keep up with the boys? That was what I looked for. That's what I thought was super attractive. And looking back on it, like, all those things are so freaking shallow. Like, come on now, James. Since I have become a Christian, this is something I've really taken to heart, especially when it comes to when I do get into a relationship, what do I want to carry into it? What do I want to set forth so that I don't make those mistakes? So that I don't do that again, so that history is not repeated. So what am I looking for in a girl? I'm looking for a girl, and I'm asking these questions of, does she love God? Does she actively pursue God? Because when it comes down to it in a relationship, the base of a relationship is God. God's the center of any relationship that I want. So if she doesn't have that, if she's not actively pursuing Him, then I'm probably not interested. It's also important to set boundaries. I don't know if I have to explain this to some of y'all, but you ever seen a car where the windows are all fogged up? Or probably someone kissing in there, they're macking on each other, maybe worse. A lot of things can happen in a small period of time, and by eliminating those types of situations where you're just sitting in a vehicle one-on-one in privacy, I I'm 98% positive that's going to help me out in the future. Like when you first start dating, or even if you're actually dating someone right now, sit down with them, talk about boundaries. Hey, we're not going to do this. This is where we're going to stop. This is what we're going to do to prevent this. This is what we're going to do to save our purity. This is what we're going to do so that nothing happens before we get married, so that we can glorify God in this relationship. It's important to sit down and have those conversations. Don't shy away from those conversations with your significant other or with someone that you're actively pursuing. In 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 18 says, "Flee from sexual immorality. All other sins a person commits are outside of the body, but whoever sins sexually sins against their own body." But whoever sins sexually sins against their own body. That's pretty deep. I think that's pretty interesting right there. So in Colossians chapter 3, verse 5, this is one of my favorites. It says, "Put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature: sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed, which is idolatry." So this is going over what the secular world looks at, what the secular world wants. Secular world, there's a lot of sexual immorality. There's a lot of impurity. There's a lot of lust and evil desires and greed. And all of these things lead to selfish desires. And it's telling us to put that to death, to get rid of whatever is earthly in our nature. Just cast it out with all we have. And we're supposed to put these things to death. It's not just us telling each other. It's not just looking at yourself being like, all right, I'm not going to look at myself and say, James, we're not going to be sexually immoral anymore. I'm going to find someone who holds me accountable for my future relationships, checks in on me, make sure that I'm glorifying God in anything and everything I do when I do get into a relationship. Pray about it. Pray about these things. Be accountable to God for it. Our ultimate accountability is to God. I want to close this out with a story from one of my old bosses at the Chick-fil-A. So I'd just been broken up with by one of my ex-girlfriends. Honestly, like I took it decently hard, but I tried to, you always play it off like, oh, whatever, like I'm the tough guy, like what's up? So I'm just walking around work doing my thing. My boss, I think I helped him carry something to his truck. So we're outside in the parking lot. He gets into his truck, and I'm starting to walk away. And he rolls down his window. He's like, "Hey James, can you come here for a second?" I was like, "Yeah, like what do you need, sir?" He's like, "Hey, I just want to be real with you for a second." At this point, I'm like, in the middle of a fast food parking lot, you want to get real with me? Whatever, you do you, man. He's like, "Hey man, like, I know that this relationship didn't work out for you." He's like, "I think this is going to be good for you. I don't think that person was healthy for your life as a young Christian man," which at the moment I actually wasn't. I was not a Christian at that point. I was just kind of playing the Christian card when it was convenient. So he was calling me out. That probably was not a relationship that was healthy for you as a young Christian man. I just wanted to encourage you and tell you, myself and my beautiful wife, that one of the hardest things we've ever had to do in our relationship wasn't finances. It wasn't looking for jobs. It wasn't, figuring out what we were going to do with our kids. The hardest thing we've had to do in our relationship was remaining pure before we got married. And I'll tell you right now, that was the best decision that I've made. And now that I look back on that, I actually have a great appreciation for him pulling me aside. In the moment I wasn't a Christian, I just kind of let it roll off my back. I was like, all right, whatever, good for you. I know that's what Christians are supposed to do. I'm not about that, but, props to you. But now I look back on it, man, I appreciate that he pulled me aside and wanted to be real with me about that. I just want to give you guys encouragement. If you're going through that, if you're going to get into a relationship, make sure you're setting boundaries, you're getting real, you're not flaking away from conversations you should be having. That's the video for today. If you guys really did enjoy this video, go ahead and let me know. Throw down a like, throw down a subscription. I'm definitely trying to grow the channel, trying to use this YouTube outreach to glorify God in everything I can. And I feel like YouTube outreach, as much as numbers don't mean a lot, the more people that it can reach, the more people that it can impact, I think it'd be awesome. So feel free to share some videos with your friends, share some videos with your parents, share some videos within your church, within your youth groups. Go ahead and share these videos. I hope you all go out and enjoy your day. Glorify God in everything you do and say. And I'll see you all next time on Bold for Christ.
And your love is so unconditional, like getting butterflies in my stomach. I got the old me in a rear view, got a new me, got a clear in, you clean me up, so take me home, beam me up. Before you do, just let me tell the truth and let these folks know that I done seen your love, and this